Science Professor Robert Pape. He's also the director of the Chicago Project on Security and Threats. He has studied political violence for 30 years. You might remember in June, he was my guest because he wrote an essay in the New York Times, and he said, we may be on the brink of an extremely violent era in American politics. And welcome to Shannon Hiller. She's the executive director of the Bridging Divides Initiative at Princeton University. Her organization tracks the alarming rise in threats and harassment against local officials. Robert, you've said that Charlie Kirk's assassination is tragic but predictable. How come?
We are at a watershed moment. We are now seeing the era of violent populism that I've been discussing in the media for years escalating. It is now no longer a question of data points congealing. You've shown the data of this rising escalation on both sides. The second thing to tell the audience, is that there's underneath this a groundswell of radicalization on both sides of the political aisle. We conduct quarterly surveys of support for political violence in the United States and have been doing this for 4 years. Our most recent survey, the one we did in May, was the one that showed the most radicalization on both the right and the left and prompted that New York Times op-ed. It showed that 39% of Democrats agreed that the use of force was to remove Donald Trump from the presidency. It further showed 24% of Republicans thought the use of the military by Donald Trump was justified to suppress Democratic protesters. This represents tens of millions of people supporting political violence on both sides of the aisle. That is why you are seeing, since in the last year, we're seeing essentially a balanced escalation of political violence on both sides of the aisle. And we've got to do more because left to its own devices, this will escalate.